Alright, drafters, we've had Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth on Arena for nearly a week, and it's time to look at some early data. I will be using 17 lands data for this. Thank you guys for providing some fantastic data. It is a real benefit to the community. I have already exported it to Excel though, and we're going to use it there because I've done a little bit of analysis on it, and there will be a link to this spreadsheet down in the comments, as well as maybe a code or two. We'll see what I end up putting down there. I do have some to put on, but if you want to look at it, you can go on, do your own analysis. If you want to use it in your own content, that's absolutely fine. Just let people know where you got it from. That's absolutely fine with me. And yeah, we'll have a little look. So first of all, we've got the archetypes here, the colour pairs and the colour pair win rates. And there is some information here. So we've got black-red is 60.9% win rate, which is really high. This is data from Saturday, I think it was. I exported and started doing the analysis. And for some reason, green-blue is really low. I have heard people say they don't like it, but I've had some pretty good decks with it. And so, I don't know. I've felt it's quite good. Maybe I'm just building it a bit differently. Maybe I've got really lucky. I don't know. But yeah, and we can quite clearly see that black is quite far and away the best colour. Black and red are both pretty strong. 57-58%, and then everything else is a good step down, with green being effective 53% and blue being about 54% win rate. Nothing's super bad. I haven't really seen a sub 50% win rate in a while, and that's definitely saying something here. Equally, being above 60%, you know, that's nearly 61% win rate is really good for black red. So there does seem to be quite a big disparity in this than it has been in some of the other formats recently, but it's just kind of some good information to know if you are going to be drafting the format. We also have, so I've got a slightly different spreadsheet here, and as I normally do, I've ranked the average last seen at and the game in hand win rate, and I've organised by game in hand win rate. So Watcher in the Water has a really low game in hand win rate. That's a big mythic, which is not very good, and it's actually somehow the worst card in the set, although there's probably some here which haven't rankings. Yeah, there's a few that just haven't been used, which you can see at the bottom. And best card in the set according to this, Orcish Ballmasters, not too surprising. We've also got Anduril, Flame of the West, Horn of Gondor, and if we were to look at this, and I'm not even going to do it, but basically the rares and mythics are picked a lot higher than they should be, even the bad ones, because people want to take the rares and mythics for collections, and they're always going to skew it. Also, the rares and mythics have the highest game in hand win rate usually. So I've stripped them out. We've just got commons and uncommons in here now. So these are all commons and uncommons, and I've ordered it by the so I've done a difference between game in hand win rate and the average last seen at rankings, and that tells us which ones are over and underpicked. Small correction there. I did realise that I was had an issue with the spreadsheet, and I've corrected that, so now we've got good data. So we have the most overpicked cards. So these are cards with really high average last seen at, which means that they were taken quite highly in packs, but then a low win rate. So Faramir here, Field Commander, Faramir, Field Commander, third most picked common or uncommon in the whole set, and it's 126th out of 181 cards which are in the set. So it's, you know, really down there in the second half of the bottom half of the table. And it's just not really winning particularly well. I don't really know why that is. It seems like an okay card, just it's not really doing very much there. We've also got Legolas Counter of Kills. This is, again, not picked nearly as highly as Faramir Field Commander. I do seem to see, you do tend to see the gold cards going a bit later because they are gold and they don't fit in as many decks, so maybe that's part of the reason why it's a little bit lower than that. But it is one of the worst cards in the set. I really don't see that though. I've had some really good results with blue green, so I'm really a little bit skeptical about this. But people are saying it. I don't know. I'm not drafting it for a while. You know, I've felt I've had some good decks, but maybe, like I say, I've just got lucky, or maybe I'm building slightly different than other people. But we've got some of the cards here which are getting picked too highly. We do have a lot of green and blue in this section, quite a lot of white as well, but you know, green and blue do seem to be most of the cards at the top part of this. I usually find that the bottom of this table is more useful, so these are the ones which are currently being underpicked. So if you've got things like Shelob's Ambush here, I think that's the trick which gives indestructible or lifelink. Can't remember exactly how it works, but yeah, it's the combat trick, one of the black, I believe. Which is picked in the bottom half of the cards. It's, you know, wheels quite a lot of time, 6.46 average last seen at, which means it will wheel some amount of time. And it's 16th best card in the commons and uncommons. Of course, if black and red are winning most out of this, it is going to be pushed up there, but it's even got a 30 percentage point difference when drawn, improvement when drawn, IWD, so that's showing you that it is quite a good card in that measure as well. We've also got Quarrel's End, which is a red card, and again, note there's a lot of black and red in this bottom part, a few blue cards as well, but a lot of black and red in this bottom part, and these are cards which are winning a lot, but not getting picked very highly, so these are all cards which are getting picked way too low. So yeah, Quarrel's End, the red card, similar story to Shelob's Ambush. Torment of Gollum, now this came up in one of my local discords, and it's been doing quite well for people, and actually I have played with it a little bit now, and I do feel it might be quite good. 2/2 which you discard something from your opponent's hand is actually quite good, and that is essentially what this is. It is a 4-mana card, but there's quite a few good bombs in the set, and if you can pull one of them out of their hand, it's going to be really, really powerful to do that, and getting the 2/2 body on top of that is pretty good. And if you can do things with a mass orcs, it's going to be even better. Deceive the Messenger is another one just getting picked up quite low here. Anything standing out we have here, so it's a bit further up the list. Shadow Summoning now. This is the 2-mana make 2 tapped flyers. Really, really powerful card. This is probably a little bit lower pick. I know it's picked fairly highly, but it's a really, really high game in hand win rate. 63% game in hand win rate for a card that's in white black. So it's not even like it's a really, it's like a black red card. It's obviously black, which is there, but it's a really, really powerful card, and it might just be getting picked a little bit lower because 59 after last seen it ranking, but it might just be getting picked a little bit lower because it is a gold card. And similar here, similar story with Gandalf's Sanction. That really only goes in, well, I suppose it goes in blue-red. It could go in kind of Grixis deck as well if you're doing spells, but that's a gold card which is only fits in a particular type of deck, but blue-red spells is a pretty fun archetype to play. And yeah, so like I say, this is going to be in the comments, so there's a link to it in the comments, in the description as well, if you want to have a look through it yourself. There's some interesting information here, and yeah, so hope you enjoyed it. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you like the content, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.